Hello again, it's Miss Tasha, and have you noticed anything different? There's something different about me this time. Have you figured it out? Let me stand up. Have you figured it out? Da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, can you look here? Does Miss Tasha have any purple on? Well, I have this, but yes, I know. But no, because my theme today is apples. And because it's the fall and everything, and I think that it's kind of nice. So, that is why, even though I love purple, and I do have purple things, I'm going to do apples today. Remember, I also love, what do I love to eat? I love chocolate. Of course I do. And then my wonderful voice, that you know very well by now. Now, let's see, there's so many cute apple books. Okay, I'm going to have to put you down so then everybody can see. All right. You know I love Dr. Seuss. And I have something interesting to tell you about Dr. Seuss after this book. All right, it says 10 apples up on top. It's by Dr. Seuss, and he's written it as Theo Lesieg, L-E-S-I-G-E-G, S-I-E-G. It's illustrated by Ron McGuire, and it's 1961 by Penguin Random House. All right, I'm going to have to read the intro. Are you ready? You have to. Oh, I just love this. All right, here we go. You see, this is by Dr. Seuss, and then this Theo L. Lesieg. Dr. Seuss' real name was Theodore Geisel, G-E-I-S-E-L. So on books that he wrote to be illustrated by others, he used the name Lesieg, L-E-S-I-E-G, which is Geisel spelled backwards. Bet you didn't know that. Miss Tasha always comes up with things. But this is 10 apples up on top. I love it. 1 apple up on top. And who is this? The lion. Well, 2 apples on top. Oh, he thinks he's pretty good, doesn't he? Look, I can do it too. Here comes the dog with how many apples on top? 2. Well, look, see, I can do 3. He had to use a stick, but he got it up there. 3, I see. You can do 3, but I can do more. You have 3, but I have 4. Oh my goodness gracious. Look, see, now I can hop with 4 apples up on top. I can hop up on a tree with 4 apples up on me. Oh my goodness. Oh, now what do they see? Oh, is it a tiger? And look at, how many does he have? Look here, you two. See here, you two. I get 5 on top. Can you? He has 3, he has 4. I'm so proud, I will not stop. 5, now 6, now 7 on top. 7 apples up on top. I am so good, they will not drop. Look at them, they're kind of looking at him. 5, 6, 7, fun. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But see, we are as good as you. Now, we have 7 too. He doesn't look very happy. He's using a fly swatter to keep him up, and he's using a fork. That you roll marshmallows with. And now, see here, 8 on top, 8 apples up. No one will drop. 8, and we can shake. Now look, we can shake, we can skate with 8. Oh my goodness, they are talented, skating with 8 apples on their head. But I can do 9 and hop and drink. You cannot do this, I think. Are you ready? We can do it too. So here, see here, we're all as good as you. We are all very good, I think. With 9, we can hop and drink. We all can hop and drink. 9 is very good, but then, come on. We will make it, how many? What comes after 9? 10. Can you imagine having 10 apples on your head? I can't even imagine having 2. Look, 10 apples up on the top. We're not going to let them drop. My goodness, they're balancing. Look out! Look out! I see a moth. Uh-oh. I will make the apples fall. Get out, you. Get out, one and all. Come out, come on, down this hall. We must not let our apples fall. Out of our way, we cannot stop. We cannot let the apples drop. Now everybody's after him. Oh my gosh, they're after him with a tennis racket. Oh no, oh no. Who's getting them now? The birds. This is not good. What will we do? They want to get our apples too. They will get them if we let them. Come, let's not let them get them. How are they going to do that? I don't, oh. Look out, the mop. Oh no, now the mop's that way. Oh dear. You can't stop our apple fun. Our apples will not drop, not one. Oh look, they have a big umbrella. They're keeping all the birds away and the bear with the mop. And oh no, here they come. But of course they have the big umbrella behind them. Come on, come one, come all. We have to make the apples fall. They must not get our apples down. Come on, get out of town. Apples up on top. All of this must stop. Stop. Okay. Now all our fun is going to stop. Oh my word, look at all those apples. Our apples all are going to drop. Oh my word. Look at that. Oh my goodness gracious. Look, 10 apples on us all. What fun. We will not let them fall. Look at that. All those have 10 apples on there. I know. It's too much fun. Okay. Have to have a little drink of water. Now this next one is called How Do Apples Grow? It's by Jill McDonald. Copyright 2019. She also illustrated it by Random House Children's Books. This is very interesting because this is going to explain how we get apples. I know, so much fun. All right, here we go. Everyone loves to eat apples. Oh, by the way, meant to remember to ask you, all of you guys, I hope the first day of school you all brought a nice shiny apple to your teacher and say, happy first day of school, whoever your teacher was, and say, Miss Tasha from Story Time with Miss Tasha said that we needed to bring an apple to you to school. So I just hope you all did that. Everyone loves to eat crunch, but do you know how apples grow? There are more. Are you ready for this? 7,000 types of apples. That's a lot of apples. Apples start from a tiny seed. If you cut an apple open, you can see the seeds inside. An apple can have up to 10 seeds. Each apple, 10 seeds. Then here's the stem, there's the skin, there's the leaf, there's the core, and there's the seeds, okay? Well, apple seeds start to grow when they are planted in soil and given sunlight, water, and fresh air. Plants use water, light, and air to make their own food. Well, the seed grows roots, see, which reach down into the soil. This young plant is called a seedling. Okay, it's called a seedling. And a green sprout with tiny leaves shoots up from the ground. When the seedling starts to grow bigger and stronger, it becomes a sapling. Okay? It takes 2 or 3 years for a seed to become a sapling. So it takes a long time. And there's some gardening scissors and everything, and they're tying it up so it doesn't fall over. The sapling grows taller and becomes a tree. In spring, buds on its branches open into pink and white flowers. Each one of these flowers is going to become an apple. Ah! Inside the flower are parts that make the apple grow. Here is the stamen. These are the nice little parts that the bees pollinate. This right here, this long thing here, that's the pistil. There's the petals of the flower, and there's the ovules, and that turns into seeds. So that starts it with the seeds. The stamens are covered in yellow pollen. The pistils have a small sticky tube. Bees fly from flower to flower, spreading pollen from the stamens to the pistils. So it's very important that we have bees, guys. When the flower petals fall, the apple starts to grow. Like here it is, and then they lost, so now you just see that part. then you start seeing a little bit of an apple, and then it's starting. It takes a full summer for an apple to be ready to eat. Autumn is here, and autumn is here. It already started. And there they have apple cider. It's time for apple picking. Apples can be red, green, or yellow. Apples are picked, packed, and shipped from orchards to grocery stores and farmers markets. See, it's family orchard. The apples that fall from the ground are usually turned into cider. Apples are delicious. Knowing more about them makes them even sweeter. Apples are full of vitamins, too, to help you grow. Okay, wait a minute, one last page here. Here we go. So now you know how apples grow. Good things are worth waiting for. And I don't know about you, but you know, just right north of us is Apple Hill. And my husband and I love going to Apple Hill because my husband makes his own applesauce. And it is, I mean, I have to help with the peeling, but oh my goodness, is it wonderful. All right, here's Apple Picking Day. This is by Candace Ransom. It's illustrated by Erica Meza, and it was copyright 2016 by Random House. Okay. Here we go. In the morning, we leave town. This is like if you're going up to Apple Hill. We drive past woods all golden brown because all the trees turn gold. Okay. And some brown. Over the hilltops, big and small, I see apples. Hello, fall! Tractor takes us to the trees. I spot ladders in the trees. Oh, in the leaves. Run down this road, follow me. Lots of apples on that tree. I pick high, you pick low. In our basket, the apples go. Hungry blue jay flaps and hops. Jabs a bad one and down it drops. Share an apple. Hey, my turn. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Yuck! A worm! Ew! See that apple way up there? Oh my, on my tiptoes, I grab air. I try again and down come two. One for me and one for you. Boy in that tree, he makes a face. Quick, pick faster, start a race. Tractor pulls us to the shed. We sort apples, green and red. Oh, apple cider, apple pie, apple donuts, hot and fried. And I like apple fritters myself. Oh my gosh, that's what I love. But there's a place, Rainbow Orchards, that does the best apple cider donuts. Oh my goodness. Other places do it, but oh, they're so hot when you get them right from the, oh, they're delicious. Fun day over. We love fall. Yummy apples, best of all. I know. Isn't that a good one? All right, now, since the theme today is apples, I had to, it's a must read. It's a little golden book about Johnny Appleseed. It's by Lori Haskins Horan and illustrated by Genevieve Gaudaut. Copyright 2017 Random House Children's Book. And this is a little golden book. Now, I think I've talked to you about little golden books before. And here are some of the little golden books. Well, I'll tell you, when I was growing up, tells you how old they've been here. They have over 200 books. The Pokey Little Puppy was my favorite. I just loved reading that one. And then my brother loved trains, so his was Toodle, about the train. So anyway, just thought I would let you know. But this is the little golden book about Johnny Appleseed. Oh, there is a baby. On a fine September day, more than 200 years ago, a boy named John Chapman was born. Someday he would be famous, but he would be known by a different name, Johnny Appleseed. Johnny grew up in Massachusetts in a small, crowded house. He liked to take long walks in the woods where it was calm and quiet, and he liked to feel the sun on his face and the earth under his bare feet. He didn't like to wear shoes. Oh my gosh. Whoa. Well, when Johnny turned 18, he took a very long walk, more than 400 miles. He brought along food supplies and a sack of apple seeds. Johnny had an idea. Settlers were starting to go west in covered wagons, looking for new places to live. So Johnny figured that they would want some apples to eat and press into cider. But there were no apple trees out west. Even if the settlers planted seeds, it would take years for the trees to sprout and grow fruit. Well, why not give the settlers a head start? So he went from Pennsylvania to Ohio, all the way to Indiana. Notice he's barefooted. Well, Johnny reached Pennsylvania. Near a river, he found a patch of land that was rich soil and plenty of sunlight, a perfect place for growing apple trees. He planted some seeds, and then he built a sturdy fence so that the new seedlings came up. The deer and the rabbits wouldn't eat them because, oh yeah, they would eat them. It was his first nursery. Then Johnny planted more seeds, thousands of them, across Pennsylvania, Ohio, and Indiana. He worked and he walked going from nursery to tend his trees. Meanwhile, the settlers came. Sure enough, they wanted apples. They were happy to pay Johnny a few cents apiece for seedlings. Sometimes he even gave them away to families who were down on their luck. Nice man. People spread the word about Johnny and his apple trees, so that's how he got his nickname. Have you met Johnny Appleseed? He's mighty kind, people said. Mighty peculiar, too. It was true. For one thing, Johnny looked strange. He wore old ragged pants. He had cut holes in coffee sacks to make his shirts. He still didn't wear shoes, but by now, folks claimed his feet were probably so tough that a snake's fangs wouldn't even prick him. People even swore they saw Johnny wear a tin pot for a hat. Because of course he'd use it to cook in. And then cook his dinner in it. Johnny's diet was another thing people couldn't get over. He didn't like to hurt animals, so he would not eat meat. Not one bite. He filled up on corn, mush, potatoes, and nuts instead. And when night fell, Johnny liked to sleep outdoors. He'd settle into a hollow log or stretch out on a pile of leaves. He didn't seem to worry about the bears or panthers that roamed the woods. It was almost as if Johnny was a forest creature himself. Well, Johnny might have been odd, but he was very friendly. He got along with just about everyone he met. Native Americans shared their trails with him. They showed him which were the berries that were safe to eat and how to make medicine from the leaves and the roots. See, they helped each other. Settlers invited Johnny into their cabins and to have him tell stories. Sometimes he read from the Bible. Good news, fresh from heaven, he said. Other times he acted out his own wild adventures. Oh, I bet you he did have some. People retold Johnny's tales and made up new ones that maybe really weren't true. As the years went by, the tales grew taller and taller, yes. Did you know that Johnny can thaw ice with his bare feet? I don't really think so, but that was one of the tall tales. He has a tame wolf that follows him around like a puppy. Now that could possibly have happened. Once he tricked 10 woodsmen into chopping contest, and they cleared a whole crew of acre of land for his nursery. Now that could possibly have been him too. The stories wound their way east and west and back again. So did Johnny. He traveled hundreds of miles a year, making new nurseries and tending the old ones. Ever so often he rode a horse or paddled a canoe, but most of the time he walked and walked and walked. He kept this up for nearly 50 years. One day when he was 70 years old, Johnny walked through a snowstorm to fix the fence around some of his trees after he fell ill and he died. Johnny was sorely missed, but he was not forgotten, and neither were his great ideas. As settlers moved farther and farther west, they carried along, what did they carry along? Apple seeds. just the way Johnny had, and they planted the apple trees on their own. Today apples grow in every single state in America. Okay, here's the little thing at the end. The apples that grew on Johnny's tree were mostly called spitters. That meant they were too sour to eat. The settlers used them to make cider and vinegar. Johnny's worn-out clothes made him look poor, but he wasn't. When he died, he owned over 1,000 acres of land. There's a monument for Johnny in Indiana near the spot where he died. The stone lists both his real name, John Chapman, and Johnny Appleseed underneath. Said he lived for others. Johnny probably walked more than 100,000 miles in his lifetime. I always get teared up when there's neat stories. And especially because, you know, remember I'm a retired teacher, and teachers always love apples and all this stuff. Okay, I'm going to take this off now because all that's killing me. Oh, all right. Here's the next one. Last one. I'm probably going to tear up again, but you just have to deal with it. This is Crowboy. It's written and illustrated by Taro Yashima. Believe it or not, this was given to my mother. Let me open it up. Because my mother's name was Eula. You think Tasha's different? Well, my mother's name was Eula. On May 1st in 1976. And it was signed by him in English and then also Japanese. Isn't that neat? This book, copyright is 1955 from Macmillan Company of Canada. The 9th printing, this is the one that I have here, this one was from 1972. Okay, I'm going to read you your dedication. Okay. Where did I do that? Okay. It says, this is to Mitsu and Momo, who helped make this book, and to Tako Isanaga, who appears in this story as the teacher named Isobi. All right, here we go. Oh, and I'll tell you the challenge at the end of the book. Okay. On the first day of, can you see where he is? Does anybody see where he is? Do you find him? You see? There he is, way underneath here. He's underneath the... On the first day of our village school in Japan, there was a boy missing. He was found hidden away in the dark space under the schoolhouse floor. None of us knew him. He was nicknamed Chibi because he was very small, and Chibi means tiny boy. Well, this strange boy was afraid of our teacher and could not learn a thing. He was afraid of the children, and he could not make friends with them at all. Very frightened. He was left alone in the study time. He was left alone in the playtime. And he always was at the end of the line, always the foot of the class, a forlorn little tag-along. Well, soon Chibi began to make his eyes cross-eyed. How many of you cross your eyes? Oh, I used to do it, not anymore. So look at when he does his eyes crossed, so that he was not able to see whatever he didn't want to see, because look at, they're sticking their tongue out of him, making faces at him. Not very nice. Well, Chibi also found many other ways to kill time and to amuse himself. Just the ceiling was interesting enough for him to watch for hours. The wooden top of his desk was another thing interesting to watch. A patch of cloth on a boy's shoulder was something to study. And of course the window showed him many things all year round. Even when it was raining, the window had surprising things to show him. Well, on the playground, if he closed his eyes and he listened, Chibi could listen to all these different sounds near and far. And Chibi could hold and watch insects and grubs that most of us wouldn't even touch or even look at. So that only made the children in our class, but just the older ones and even the younger ones, called him stupid and slowpoke. Not very nice, not very nice. But slowpoke or not, Day after day, Chibi came trudging to school. He always carried the same lunch, a rice ball wrapped in a radish leaf. But even when it rained or stormed, he still came trudging along, wrapped in a raincoat made of dried zebra grass. Interesting. And so day by day, 5 years went by, and we were in the 6th grade, the last class in school. Our new teacher was Mr. Asobi. He was a friendly man with a kind smile. Mr. Asobi often took his class to the hilltop behind the school. He was pleased to learn that Chibi knew all the places where the wild grapes and the wild potatoes grew. He was amazed to find out how much Chibi knew about the flowers in our class garden. Amazing! Oh, look at his drawings, guys. He liked Chibi's black and white drawings and tacked them up on the wall to be admired. He liked Chibi's own handwriting, which no one but Chibi could understand, and he tacked them up on the wall. And he often spent time talking with Chibi when no one else was around. But when Chibi appeared on stage at the talent show of that year, no one could believe his eyes. Who is that? What can that stupid do up there? Ooh, not nice. Until Mr. Isobe announced that Chibi was going to imitate the voices of crows. Voices? Of crows? Voices of crows? Gotta have some water, gotta be ready, because I gotta imitate the crows, you know. Okay. First, he imitated the voices of newly hatched crows. Then he made the mother crow's voice. Then he imitated the father's crow voice. Then he showed how crows cry early in the morning and how they cry when the village people have an unhappy accident. He showed how the crows all call when they are happy and gay. Everyone's mind was taken to the far mountainside from which Chibi probably came to school. At the end, to imitate a crow on an old tree, Chibi made a very special sound deep in his throat. Go on, go on. Now everybody could imagine exactly the far and lonely place where Chibi and his family lived. Mr. Asobi explained how Chibi had learned these calls leaving his home for school at dawn. At dawn. That means when the sun comes up, guys. And like right now, it's like, 5:30, 5:45 in the morning is when the sun comes up. And he arrives home at sunset, when the sun's going down. So it takes him a long time to get to school. And he did this every single school day for 6 long years. Every one of us cried, thinking how much we had been wrong to Chibi all those years. Even some of the grown-ups wiped their eyes saying, yes, yes, he is wonderful. Soon after that came graduation day. Chibi was the only one in our class honored for perfect attendance through all 6 years. After school was over, the big boys would often have to do work in the village for their families. Sometimes Chibi came to the village to sell charcoal that he and his family made. But nobody called him Chibi anymore. We all called him Crowboy. Hi, Crowboy. Crowboy would nod and smile as if he liked the name. And when his work was done, he would buy, see, some string, and there's some nails and everything. I don't know what that is, but he would buy different things for his family. And then he would set off for his home on the far side of the mountain, stretching his growing shoulders proudly like a grown-up man. And from around the turn of the mountain would come a crow call, the happy one. Okay, I have read this book since I have been up in Amador County for 21 years. I have been up here that long time. And I have read to kids for a long time. And I always read this book because my challenge, and it's been about a month and a half since school started. Are there new classmates in your class this year? Or ones that are very shy? Or that are loners? Don't have many friends, they stay to themselves like Chibi did? My challenge to you is, go and talk to those kids. Ask them to have lunch with you. Ask them to join in a game. Just make them feel welcomed. This is an important challenge. Okay, are you ready for this? Be ready! Because next month is not only Halloween, but it's also my birthday month. And I found my witch's nose that I had lost. So I have my witch's nose that I used last year, but I also have a green witch's nose, which I will be wearing in October. So have a wonderful September. Hope you do go to Apple Hill or wherever and get some apples and make some stuff. And please, try to be nice to some kids that could use a friend. Miss Tasha would really appreciate it. Bye-bye.